Hey everybody, today we are going to be checking out a new account. It's a Keep35 account at 1.1 billion power. It is on one of the newer servers. I think it's around 800 and something. And that would explain why it's lower power and lower keep level in comparison to ones that have been around for a few years longer. On this server, I believe this player is somewhere around 10th place in terms of Monarch power, to give you an idea of where they are in, ranking on the server. So 1.1 billion power is pretty decent for this age of a server. We're going to take a look at the troops first. Let's go over to the rally spot and we'll see here where they're at. So they have 2 tier 14s that have been unlocked. Keep in mind, this is a Keep 35 that has probably recently gotten to Keep 35 based on the age of the server. So they've unlocked 2 tiers of tier 14. And looking at the rest of their troops, the 13s are about a little more than 1 million of each, except for the siege, of course, here. And yeah, so it seems like there's a lot of work to go with siege. But the rest are, they're working the way up in terms of layering. But probably one of the priorities here is to unlock the rest of that tier 14 and then get working on upgrading generals and troop count and so on. Let's take a look next at, well, it's a VIP 17, so some money has already been spent on here for sure. Tech power, let's take a look at that. Technology power is at 15.6 million. We can take a look at the Monarch gear, which looks like it's 7 and some 8s. So that's probably 7s are pretty close to being upgraded to 8s as well. And what else? So I said that the Monarch power is about 10th place or so. The Alliance ranking, I'm pretty sure, is number 1 on the server. I'll take a quick look. I'll probably have to blur this out though. So they have 2, this is going to be blurred for you, but it seems like they have 2 really strong alliances on the server. This one is number 2, and they're pretty comparable. They're only a couple billion apart, and the 3rd place is I don't know, about 8 billion below. So they've got 3 decent alliances, and this one is in number 2 right now. It also seems to be, just from looking around on the map, it seems to be a NAP server. So if you're interested in one that isn't bubble or burn, this appears to be a NAP server. Okay, subordinate cities are not included on this account. So I believe that they are promised to other people, even though there are a few subs. I think they're just greens and blues right now, so there's nothing huge to grab, but it is a newer server, so there are subs available around. Let's see what else. So Keep 35, let's take a look at other buildings. We know that there's some unlocking to do in terms of tiers, so let's take a look at what needs to go. Archer camp is 1 away from unlocking that tier 14, and we have trap factory that is going to be moved up. Warehouse is 1 behind as well, so it's not really far behind. It's recently 35, you can tell, and some of the priority buildings like rally spot are already upgraded, and there's just a couple more buildings to go to get to that 35. Lots of level 35 resource tiles too, so it is pretty sustainable. Yeah, it's looking all right. What next? Civilization gear. I'll see if there's any Civ gear. Wonder 1. But let's take a look. Civilization equipment. All right. No bourbon. 4 pieces of Plantagenet, 1 piece of Freedom, 1 piece of Forinkazan, 1 piece of Han, 2 pieces of Choreo, and 1, 2, 3 pieces of Rurik. So a lot more than I have. I've got, what, 3 pieces? That did cost quite a bit of money. Let's take a look at generals now. Okay, I'm going to go to military. I just want to look at military primarily. So we've got Ramses, which is pretty good for a siege. Doesn't look like his specialty is too worked out, so that might or might not be the primary. But that I'm pretty sure this player did not have too many siege, so they might not even have a siege general set up right now. Let's take a look at other stuff. This is the wall general, George Dewey. Looks like he's got a couple pieces of Choreo on, which makes sense. Oh, Choreo and Han. The refining needs a little bit of work. Yeah, needs a little bit of work. Oh, he's the assistant defense general. So he's not even the main. So and I need to find out who the main is. Okay, I'm gonna go down. Where are you? Main wall general. Idle. I'll just go to the wall and check him out. So who's on the wall? Oh. Okay, so Shajar is set right now as the primary. So I guess the George Dewey probably is the main. They're just NAP server, so they don't need to worry so much about Shajar on the wall, but I do want to take a look at the gear on Shajar, just in case she's wearing better defensive gear. And she is completely nude, so no, the wall general does need work. It has some good pieces, but the refining does need to get polished off, for sure. Let's take a look over at military again. What can we find? We got Electra. Oh, Electra has 1 star of Ascension, which is really nice. So this general seems to be far more developed than the wall general. Let's take a look at refining here. So we got some good ranged refines. There's more work to be done. This is a newer account, so it's not surprising that there is a lot of work to be done with refining. Refining stones are hard to come by. But you can definitely see that the specialty has been worked on. It's maxed out. So the Electra is in good shape, and that's a very good general choice as well for Ascension. Martinez as well, excellent choice. Specialty's almost worked out on Martinez, and his gear is about the same as Electra. Yeah. So there's definitely work to be done with refining, but you do have some good refines that are good enough to keep and start from. Martinez also has 1 star. Okay, you've got Elise, I'm guessing is that the primary ground? Probably. Let's take a look. So it's partially worked out. We've got a few Ares and Dragon that needs to be upgraded. So they're working on getting their ground. They don't have any plans right now for siege, but they do have a good start to archer and to cavalry. And they do need a little bit of work on their... oh, it looks like the siege is slowly being worked on as well. And the wall general definitely needs work. So the account isn't a killer account. It's not. It's not a top ranking account, but it is a modest one. It is a good start if you're looking for something that you can maybe get a slight upgrade or moved from some people want to move off of a hostile server and, go somewhere else. This might be a good choice. It's a peaceful NAP server if you're into that, and it is a starting place for some people. So you can look at it like that. Let's take a look next at items. Not many gems on hand, not much gold. Let's take a look at resources. That does look to be quite a bit of resources. Yeah, we got several billion. So those buildings, I'm guessing, are either the players waiting for consumption in a couple days to work those buildings out, or they don't have the speeds. I'm not sure which it is. I guess we can go take a quick look. What do their speed ups look like? Yeah, that's what it is. So this isn't that much speed ups, which means that the issue that they're having isn't resources. They have got a ton in boxes. It's not been around enough. So you got to do a lot of bosses, and then those buildings will all be built up. All right. What other items? Let's take a look through. Lots of stamina. So you can definitely get those bosses done. Not too much gold. Got